In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to cut your own hair into a trendy, undercut, quiffy, pompadour type thingy. What's on my head. There are 5 things you're going to need to do this haircut, but don't worry, you already have them. To cut your own hair, you'll need a razor, clippers, clips, 2 mirrors, and most importantly, a hammer. I've been cutting my own hair since sophomore year of high school, and I was voted best hair in high school. Alright, we're going to divide our hair up into sections. As you can see here, I have the left section of my head, the right section of my head here, get around the ears, and finally we have the back section of my head. First thing we're going to do is plug in our clippers. Alright, we're going to shave the left side of our head. You can use whatever size guard you want. The guard that I used is 3/16 of an inch. Looks like we got the left side of our head pretty well. Let me just clean up real quick. And if you guys can't already tell, I went ahead and sped it up for you. Let me just switch the chair side so you can see what I do on the right side of my head as well. Alright, same thing to the other side. Alright, here we go. And I'm not a big fan of the fade in this haircut because I feel like people who get fades always have their hair end up looking like this. I'm not a big fan of a mullet, so now let's go to the back. Apparently I'm not a big fan of a lot of things. But when you are cutting the back of your hair, you need to make sure that you stop cutting it and it needs to be straight. You can't see the back of your head, but everybody else can. This is where you really need to use the 2 mirrors, or you can use a Snapchat video or another type of video on your phone to see it. Just make sure that it's straight. Or you can always bring back the man bun and put all the hair you want to keep up there like that. Alright, so you can see me cut the left side of the back of my head. Let me just switch the chair again. Alright, here we go. Alright, once you've finished the sides and back, you need to make sure you didn't miss anything. Eventually I'll be able to get this man bun out. Alright, now we are moving into the last portion of the haircut, which is the top. And you can kind of divide the top up into sections too, depending on how much layering you want. I kind of just do it all in one big section and make it get gradually longer as it goes forward. In order to cut the top of my hair, I use a razor blade, and I get a razor blade out of a razor like this one. I got this one from my mother, but you can buy a new razor. You can use one of your old ones if you want to. And I'm going to get the razor blades out with this hammer. Towel so we don't scratch the table. And you can just pick any of the razor blades out of it. I got this one here. I don't know if you can see it. This is what I'm going to be using. So the first thing you need to do is get your bangs, which is the front part of your hair, to the right length. Mine come down to right here right now, and I want them to be up here. So I'm going to do that. I think that's good enough. I can always cut more off later. And now I'm going to get started cutting the back of the top. I will admit this part is a little slow, and it kind of feels like you're pulling out your hairs if you do it poorly. Just make sure that you're actually using the bladed side of the blade. You'll feel really silly if you use the dull side of the blade like I have, and you will have to go over it multiple times. Alright, so I hope this video has helped you guys to cut your own hair. And if you do cut your own hair or have any other hair cutting tips, go ahead and leave them in the comments down below.
Yeah!
Yeah! And there's razor blades in this razor here, and I'm going to cut it apart with, I'm not going to cut it apart actually. I would tell her one thing and she would do something